Hello and welcome to Late Night Creations. My name is Kendra and I'm really glad you're here. On this channel, we do DIYs, decor makeovers, thrift flips, and so much more. Today, this video is a part of a playlist collaboration, and it is the Thrift Flip Road Trip. And it is hosted by the Crafting Cousins, and the special guest host this month is Making It My Own, Brandy over there. Now, the Crafting Cousins are amazing, funny, and talented, and Brandy is very talented as well. I'm going to leave their links down in the description box below, as well as the playlist, so hop on down there when you finish mine and check it out. Now, my first flip, okay? I got this little pot that was really ugly. I picked it up for $1, knowing that I could paint it and redo something, make it into something new. So the bottom of it was kind of a matte stone. It's a stone little pot, vase, whatever you want to call it. But the top of it had like a little glaze on it. The bottom of it was porous. It covered much better. I should have spray painted it, but I didn't, and so this is what I did. I did 2 coats of paint, and I really didn't mind on the second coat that some of the other color showed through a little bit. So as you can probably guess, I'm going to make a pumpkin out of this. Okay, so I'd already started painting on the lid when I started recording, because sometimes I forget to push record. So here we go. Was this 1 coat or 2? Okay, this was 1 coat. So I'm going to show you what it looks like after 2. So at the bottom of it, I'm trying to show you how the bottom of it looked a little bit better than the top of it. I had to be really careful on the top that the paint didn't pull away, because that's just kind of what happens on ceramic. So I just did it really careful, and then I let it dry really, really good before I did anything else. I let it dry really good in between the coats too, but you know, it just kind of happens with ceramic. So then I painted this little lid, and it was that ceramic as well. So I'm doing it a lot of paint on my paintbrush and really just doing it really lightly. And like I said, I didn't mind if some of that color showed through, because, you know, see there? That's exactly what I'm talking about. But it's okay. Because it's not really going to look super rustic, but a little bit. And we're going to have some twine on there, and so we're not going to worry about that one bit. Okay, here it is, all finished. And I'm showing you that it has a little bit of that color through, but guess what? We're taking some antiquing wax by Waverly, and we're just taking this fan brush, which I have just kind of discovered this to dry brush with. I really like it, depending on what you're trying to dry brush. But I liked this. Okay, got a little much on there, but guess what? It's so forgiving, because you can just take a brush, a cloth, and you can just wipe it away. Look at that. So I love the lines in this. Once I got past the ugliness of the original piece, and I apologize if you have this in your house and you think it's beautiful, but it's just not my style. So now I'm going to take this twine. Now you watch how I do this, because this turned out pretty stinking cute. So I'm just going to keep putting glue around there, and I'm just going to keep wrapping it around, add some more glue, wrap it around. And so when I run out of that little knob up there, I just keep wrapping it on top of itself. Okay, so instead of going around to the top of that, now I'm just wrapping that twine on top of itself, kind of on the inside of itself a little bit, because I do want it to get smaller as I go up. So I hope that you can tell what I'm doing here, because it worked out really good. And I'm going to put a little glue on top of the twine and just keep wrapping it on itself. I'm a little bit tongue-tied tonight. I don't know what's wrong with me. So here we go. And I guess I'm going to show you the whole thing. But it was really easy, and it really turned out cute, because that little knob wasn't really tall enough to be a pumpkin stem. So, yeah, it really turned out cute. So when I got to the top, then I just kind of poked that little piece of that twine down in the middle to kind of cover it up. And I kind of fought with it a little bit, so I decided to go ahead and cut it off. Just go ahead and cut it off and just poke it all down in there. And yeah, it turned out really cute. So I'm just going to poke it down because it's hollow down in there, remember? And I did not make a loop. We're not going to hang it. I just keep poking it down and poking it down, poke it down in there, and then put a little bit more glue, and then just, yeah, get that spatula out. Those little silicone spatulas that you can get at Dollar Tree are marvelous. Okay, look how cute that little stem turned out. Then I'm just going to take a little bit of that antique wax that's still left on my brush and on my little table there. And look how cute it turned out. Let me know what you think. Was it cuter before or after? Okay, next stop on this thrift flip road trip. Okay, so I've had this thing for a long time. It did come from Dollar Tree, but I've had it for a long time in my stash. And so I just grabbed it, and we're going to just pretend that I bought it at a garage sale, okay? Because you could maybe find something like this at a garage sale. But I had this little stump. Now, this was, I don't remember if this was part of what was given to me in a bag of these, or if I did actually buy these off Marketplace, which is like, you know, garage sale thrifting. I did buy a bag of them to decorate with or to paint, and so I don't know which bag this came out of. But anyway, I loved that little piece at the top that looked like a stem, and the shape of this, I just had to paint it like a pumpkin. I just thought. So I'm just using this. It's called Canyon Sunset. I love it for pumpkin colors. That other one, I can never remember the name of it. But I got them both at Hobby Lobby, and they are, I want to say they're folk art matte colors. And I just went very carefully around this edge and just had plenty of paint on my paintbrush. And so I just kind of made a little bead around the edge. If you want to draw it on there and stay in your lines, absolutely do that. But I just thought it turned out so cute. Look how cute that is. Then I'm going to take a little bit of that antique wax with this tiny, tiny little paintbrush. Oh, this isn't the tiny one. This is it is a small one, but it's not the tiny one. And I'm just going to make those lines in here that make it look like a pumpkin. And you know what? If you kind of make them too thick, or you mess up, or you don't really like it, they're too dark, just take that orange paint and just smooth it out, blend it in. I made the tiniest little shoestring bow out of a little piece of twine and put on there. And now I'm just trying to see, do I want it straight? Do I want it crooked? How do I want to place that on there? Now I'm taking some DIY white wax. Like, what am I using here? And I'm just doing a dry brush. Not really dry brush, kind of semi-dry brush on there. I don't really want to wipe it because I want you to still be able to see that really pretty color. And to me, if you wipe that wax, you get a totally different color, which sometimes I like, but no, I didn't want it on this project. So I think this was a great makeover on this little decor piece. All right, here's our last stop on this trip, and I absolutely love these. So I had a branch out in my yard, and I keep a branch all the time to try to do some DIY with. And so I just cut these, just took it out to my miter saw and just cut these all, tried to get them all the same thickness, and you know, they're pretty close, but it's rustic, so you know, it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to show you how I painted one of them. And so I'm going to show you the orange one the same way I just painted that other little wood round. I'm going to paint it the color, and then I'll take a little brown, and then I'll take a little white, and if I get too much, I go back with the orange. And then I had this came off of I think it was a cotton pick from Dollar Tree, and I'm just taking the tiniest little piece with some hot glue and sticking it on there for the stem. Now I did 4 different colors on 4 of them. Oh, that glue wasn't dry. There we go. And now I'm just going to glue a magnet on the back. I got these magnets. I believe I got these at Dollar Tree or maybe Hobby Lobby. I don't know, either place. If you use wait till they're on sale at Hobby Lobby. We can't use a coupon at Hobby Lobby anymore. But they're very inexpensive, these little magnets. Or you also can get them at Dollar Tree. And so I just made some little refrigerator magnets. And I did not put them on my refrigerator to display them. I put them on a cookie sheet that I put some scrapbook paper on. So these were super easy. I think they turned out really cute. Be sure to check out that playlist.